today in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 14-3. The Cowboys will be in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks against the winner of the ball game here this afternoon. The injury report for Baltimore. We understand that Norm Bullock, who has that stretched hamstring that he suffered in the Miami game, will not be playing. It will be Nottingham and Matty as the running backs, and Matty has a bad left knee. Hubert Ginn and Mercury Morris are the deep backs on the return. They set up at the 2-yard line. And kicking off will be Jim O'Brien.
And the Colts are not kicking off from the middle of the field. They're kicking off from the right hash mark, probably in an effort to get Mercury Morris cornered over toward one side of the field if he gets the ball.
The high end-over-end kickoff is taken at the 2-yard line by Mercury Morris. The game is underway. He's to the 20 and is hit by Rex Kern at the 23-yard line and comes down in the neighborhood of the 25. Charlie Pittman was the second man there for Baltimore, return at 22 yards on the play. So Miami moves on offense. The officials spot the ball at the Miami 24-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. For the Dolphins, the quarterback is Bob Greasy, Jim Kick, and Larry Zonka, the running back. The wide receivers are Howard Twilley and Paul Warfield, and Marv Fleming is the tight end. Greasy takes, he gives to Jim Kick. The lone remaining back is Zonka. Had moved to the right wing. Zonka with a key block outside the 30 to the 32-yard line where Charlie Stooks makes the tackle.
Charlie, one nice thing about Kick and Zonka running together is not only the fact that you have two good runners in there, but they also block very effectively for one another. And you like to see that when a back who doesn't have the ball will help out his running mate and will throw good blocks for him, and both of these fellows are effective blockers.
Mercury Morris is now the other running back. Two wide receivers near side, second down and 2. Zonka, the ball carrier. Close to the first down. Bubba Smith at defensive left end was the first man to meet him. It is the first down. First down in the ball game. Spot the ball at the 35-yard line. 13 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. First quarter, we have no score. Kick is back in. So Jim Kick and Larry Zonka now the running backs. In the offensive line for Miami, Bob DeMarco is the center. Bob Kuchenberg and Larry Little at the offensive guards. Doug Crusan and Norm Evans at the offensive tackles. Defensively for Baltimore, Bubba Smith, Billy Newsom, Fred Miller, and Roy Hilton up front. First down and 10, Miami, their own 35-yard line. Wide receivers near side, Warfield and Twilley. Kick, the ball carrier. Tough yardage inside. A gain of 3 to the 38. It will be second down and 7 yards to go.
And again, just as we expected, Miami starting out trying to play ball control football. We would expect the Baltimore Colts to do exactly the same thing when they get the football. See if they can establish the ground game, run some time off the clock, control the ball. One thing about controlling the ball, while you have it, the other team can't score.
And we have no score now, 12 and a half minutes remaining, first quarter. Ray May, Mike Curtis, and Ted Hendricks, the linebackers for the Colts. Charlie Stooks and Rex Kern on the corners. Jerry Logan and Rick Volk at defensive safety for Baltimore. Greasy takes, spins, speeds. Jim Kick hit at the line of scrimmage. Ray May, the weak side linebacker, was the first man there. Hendricks comes out of the pileup, as does defensive tackle Fred Miller. Market for no gain on the play. The ball still at the 38-yard line. Third down and 7. First third down opportunity that Miami has faced in the ball game.
Baltimore Colts maintain that their three linebackers are the best in professional football. But you know, Charlie, I bet I've been with 10 professional football teams this year who maintain that their linebackers are the best in professional football.
Third down and 7. Twilley wide to the far side. Warfield wide to the near side. Kick and Zonka, the running backs, are split. Greasy, the quarterback. Back to throw. 5 men on the pattern. Incomplete near side. Jim Kick, the number 2 receiver for Miami, was the intended receiver. The Dolphins will be kicking.
Kick very well covered by Ray May that time. There was absolutely no chance for Greasy to get him the ball. Fine coverage.
Larry Seipel, a 40.1-yard average during the regular season, will be punting for Miami. No breeze here at the floor of the Orange Bowl, and no score. On the return will be Rick Volk. He sets up at the 20-yard line for Baltimore, anticipating the punt. Almost blocked by Kern. High floater. 18-yard line. Volk. He is smothered at the 23 or the 24-yard line by Jim Langer and Hubert Ginn. 44 yards on the punt, 5 yards on the return. Baltimore on offense, first time in the ball game. In the Baltimore backfield, it will be Don McCauley, the rookie from North Carolina, and Don Nottingham, the rookie from Kent State. The quarterback is John Unitas. Eddie Hinton comes in motion right side. McCauley to the 29-yard line. He is stopped by Doug Swift, the strong linebacker. So Baltimore in the championship game, 2 rookie running backs. Don McCauley, their number 1 draft choice, who at North Carolina a year ago set the collegiate NCAA rushing record, breaking the single-season record of O.J. Simpson. McCauley and Nottingham. Nottingham has had quite a workout this year as a replacement for Norm Bulash, who is out with that bad hamstring. Mark it from the 29, second down 5. Hinton in motion far side. Perkins, a wide receiver near side. Unitas back to throw. Strong rush. John scrambles. The pass is overthrown as Unitas under a strong rush by Bob Hines, the defensive tackle of Miami. The pass too tall, and Curtis Johnson was the defender there for the Dolphins.
And Charlie, right on that play, I think we saw one of the differences between John Unitas and Bob Greasy. Unitas rolled out of his pocket. They had pressure on him. He ran to the left that time, got up close to the line of scrimmage and threw the ball. Although there was nobody in front of him, he could have run the ball then for about 10 yards, but you know that unless it's an extreme emergency, John Unitas isn't going to run the ball. I think under similar circumstances, Bob Greasy would have run the ball, and Bob's a pretty effective runner.
10 minutes, 19 seconds remaining, first quarter. We have no score. Third down, 5 yards to go. Baltimore from their own 29-yard line. 2 men in the slot right side. Now Hinton goes in motion left side. Unitas wants to throw. 5 men on the pattern. Over the middle, it's complete to Don McCauley. McCauley has the first down, the first down in the ball game for the Baltimore Colts at their own 45-yard line. And Nick Buoniconti, the middle linebacker and defensive captain for Miami, was there.
Very unusual offensive formation for the Baltimore Colts that time. They lined up with a split end out to the right and then 2 backs practically next to each other out in the slot between the offensive tackle and the split end. One of those backs then went in motion back to the left, but I don't think I've seen that this year or for several years where 2 backs lined up in the slot right next to each other. Now they're doing it to the left.
Tom Matty has replaced McCauley. Again, 2 men on the slot left side, and Perkins comes back in motion right side. The ball carrier is Don Nottingham. Nottingham is stopped by Jim Riley, a defensive left end for Miami. Doug Swift, the strong linebacker for the Dolphins, was the second man there. As the carry goes for 6 yards, it will be second down and 4. And the ball at the 49-yard line of the Dolphins. We have no score. First quarter, 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Offensive line for Baltimore. Bill Curry is the center. Glenn Ressler and John Williams the guards. Dan Sullivan, Bob Vogel the tackles. Tom Mitchell is the tight end. And he is the leading receiver for Baltimore during the regular season. Second down and 4. Unitas spins. First man through is Nottingham. 47-yard line, a gain of 2. It will be third down and 2. As again, Nick Buoniconti, the middle linebacker, was there for Miami. Nottingham, the rookie from Kent State, was the 441st draftee a year ago, next to the last man taken in the 1971 draft. Against Cleveland in the playoff game, he had a total of 92 yards on the ground, and he scored 2 touchdowns. Baltimore facing their second third down situation in this drive that started from their own 24. Third down and a long 2, closer to 2.5 yards. Unitas draw, Nottingham, he's stopped. Manny Fernandez, defensive tackle, and Jim Riley at defensive end closed the hole for the Dolphins.
And he was not only stopped, he was hit plenty hard there, just dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Fine defensive play by the Dolphins then in a very important third down situation, forcing Baltimore to probably punt the ball here.
David Lee will be punting for Baltimore, a 41-yard average. The deep back on the return for Miami is Jake Scott. The up back and closer to the far side is Dick Anderson. Here's the punt. High, lazy floater. Fair catch is not called for. They want the ball to bounce into the end zone. It does. Automatic touchback. 47 yards on the punt. Miami, following the touchback, will take over with the ball on their own 20-yard line. We now have 7 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and we have no score. From the Orange Bowl, Miami, American Football Conference Championship game, 20-yard line. Miami controls their own territory. Greasy to Jim Kick, right side, has about 4 yards, maybe 5. Kick coming into the ball game, a 4.5-yard average. He, by the way, the number 2 receiver for the Dolphins, and this year had 2 games of more than 100 yards. Kick in this ball game, 4 carries, 16 yards. The ball at the 25, it will be second down, 5 yards to go.
No, the one who surprises me with his average is Zonka. I think of him as a power runner, a short yardage sort of fellow, but he averaged 5.5 yards, 5.4 yards a carry, which was tops for the top runners in the American Conference.
Moving from right to left from the Miami 25, Greasy fakes. Throws deep. Warfield is open. Has it 50-yard line. Floating. Good break, and he's being chased by Boak. He'll score. Miami will lead. Touchdown pass. Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield. Miami leads 6-0. Extra point yet to come.
And he's the game breaker. If there's one game breaker here today, it's Paul Warfield. Of the Miami Dolphins, he got out in the clear, not by just a step. He was way out in the clear, but Greasy hit him perfectly, so he didn't have to break stride. And there was nobody going to catch him on his way into the end zone.
For Paul Warfield, the 12th touchdown of the year. Gary Upremian will attempt the point after, and Carl Noonan will hold. The snap, the ball is down, the boot is up. It is good. There's timeout here in the first quarter with the score now. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. Miami electrifying the crowd of some 76,000. Lead at 7-0. Upremian set to kick off for the Dolphins with Don McCauley and Charlie Pittman, the deep backs on the return for Baltimore. Here's the boot, high, end over end. Pittman, 3 yards deep in the end zone, will not run it out. Touchback, Baltimore will have possession their own 20-yard line. And George, last week, Paul Warfield had 7 receptions for 140 yards against Kansas City. He is the early game breaker here.
And we could see more of that as the game goes on, although the Baltimore Colts are extremely difficult to hit long passes such as that against, particularly on a passing situation. Greasy called them up then because it was not a passing situation, 2nd and 5, and he hit a play-action pass. That is, he faked the running play, which drew in the Colts secondary and enabled Warfield to get behind them.
Baltimore's ball, first down their own 20-yard line. Perkins in motion near side. United fakes the draw, throws. Pass complete, 36-yard line. Eddie Hinton has it outside the 40, the 45, where Curtis Johnson and Jake Scott finally haul him down. Eddie Hinton, who did not score a touchdown until the last regular season game, he scored 2, and that was against New England. The ball at the 46-yard line of Baltimore. A gain of 26, first down, 10 yards to go. Don McCauley and Don Nottingham, the 2 rookies, are the running backs. Perkins comes wide to the near side. And again, 2 men in the slot on the right side. Eddie Hinton goes in motion far side. Unitas Looks left, pops, throws. Tight end. It is complete. 39-yard line to Tom Mitchell. Doug Swift, the strong linebacker, and Curtis Johnson there for Miami.
Nice catch.
Go ahead, George.
Nice catch by Mitchell. He went high into the air to get that one. Unitas faked to him down over the middle, and really I don't know whether he was faking or whether he had intended to hit Mitchell there, but he didn't throw the ball the first time he pumped his arm, and this helped Mitchell get open as he broke out toward the sideline because Unitas froze the linebacker by pumping first before throwing the ball.
Unitas has now completed 3 of 4 passes, 56 yards. Pitch, McCauley. Will get to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Tim Foley, at defensive left corner, was there for Miami. It will be second down and 10. Bob Matheson, the weak linebacker who has been bothered by a sprained right knee, comes out. He's limping again. Jesse Powell has replaced him. That's an ankle that he's been bothered with and not a knee. Defensively for Miami, it's Jim Riley, Manny Fernandez, Bob Heinz, Bill Stanfield, the front four. Doug Swift, Nick Buoniconti, and now Jesse Powell, the linebackers. Curtis Johnson, Tim Foley on the corners, Dick Anderson, Jake Scott, defensive safety. At the Miami 39-yard line, 5 minutes, 6 seconds remaining first quarter. Miami leads it, and the pass is incomplete. Unitas overthrowing Don McCauley, and Jesse Powell, the weak linebacker who just came into the ball game, was the man on the coverage, and Bill Stanfield, a defensive right end who is 6'5", was going up in the air, so Unitas had to throw over his outstretched arm. Third down opportunities. Baltimore has converted 1 out of 2. This is their third situation in the ball game. Third down and 10. Defensive changes. Mike Tolan comes in. Bob Heinz comes down. 3-man rush, 4 linebackers. Miami looking for Baltimore to throw. 5 minutes remaining first quarter. Miami 7, Baltimore nothing. 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield. Unitas pump, back to throw, being chased, dumps the screen on the right side. Jim Riley applying the pressure. The screen was on the right side. Unitas was avoiding the loss. This is Charlie Jones, George Ratterman, American Football Conference Championship game. 4:55 remaining first quarter. Miami leads at 7-0. Field goal attempt upcoming. Jim O'Brien from the 47-yard line. Earl Morrill to hold. The snap, the ball is down. The boot is up. Mercury Morris is back. Mercury takes it in the end zone. The attempt is no good. He will down the ball. Along with George Ratterman, this is Charlie Jones. We have 4 minutes, 46 seconds remaining first quarter. American Football Conference Championship game, Miami, Florida. Miami leads Baltimore 7-0. The Dolphins have possession their own 20-yard line, first down. Moving from our right to our left. A fake on the give. The pitch is to Jim Kick. He turns the corner right side. Will have about 3 yards. He is pushed all the way back to the 15 and then dumped by Bubba Smith. The reaction of the partisan fans here in Miami. His forward progress goes to the 24. A gain of 4. It will be second down and 6. And George, it was only some 2 minutes ago in this situation that Bob Greasy went to Paul Warfield. A 75-yard touchdown pass, the only score thus far. Warfield comes to the near side, as does Howard Twilley. Twilley is flanked outside Warfield. Greasy gives to the first back through Larry Zonka. Zonka crosses the 26 and down at the 27-yard line, and a flag is down on the play. The flag will go against Miami. So place the ball back at the 12-yard line. The down goes over. It will be second down and 18.
And here's a tough call for Greasy, backed up on his own 12-yard line. It's practically impossible, as we mentioned before, to throw long against the Colts in a situation like this. I'd expect him to come with a short one to one of his good running backs, see if they can break loose after the catch.
The backs are split. Marv Fleming, the tight end right side, cheats in. Sweep near side, Zonka. Kick leads the way. Zonka to the 14-yard line, a gain of a couple. Kick with the key block. It will be third down now and 16. And Mike Curtis, the middle linebacker, was the first man there for the defense. Rex Kern on the right corner, the rookie from Ohio State, and drafted in the 10th round, was the second man there. Greasy gives. Zaka sweep far side with Little leading the way, the right guard, and he will have maybe a yard, and that is it, and the kicking team will come in. Charlie Stukes was the first man there from Baltimore, moving up from his defensive left corner slot. So now, George, Baltimore will have an opportunity for good field position offensively.
And I'm not sure I understand that signal calling on the part of Greasy, backed up there with the second and about 18, calling two running plays from that situation, particularly on the third and 16, I guess it was.
Larry Seifel back to punt. Anticipating the kick at the Baltimore 44-yard line is Rick Vogt. Here's the snap. Lots of time. A return is on. A high floater. Vogt takes it 42-yard line, Baltimore. 45, cut down at the 47-yard line. The first man there was Lloyd Mumford. Mumford in his third year, 5'10", 180-pounder. 5 yards on the return by Rick Vogt, following a 43-yard kick by Larry Seifel. So Baltimore moves in the attack. George.
Dolphins punt coverage is a thing of beauty. The object when you're down covering a punt is to keep equal spacing among the linemen going down, and they do that just perfectly. It looks like a precision marching team going down the field about 3 yards apart.
From the Baltimore 47, Unitas. Swing pass right side, Nottingham. Nottingham to the 50. 47-yard line of Miami. A gain of 6. It will be second down and 4 as Tim Foley moved up from the defensive left corner for Miami. With Baltimore going, with Don Nottingham and Don McCauley, the two rookie running backs. Tom Matty, the veteran, bothered by a bad left knee. He's been in for a couple of plays. Norm Bulash, their outstanding running back, George, still bothered by that pull hamstring. Is that McCauley and Nottingham will not give the threat that Matty and Bulash would give.
Undoubtedly, this is so. You can lose one good running back. When you lose both of your first-string running backs, you have to be handicapped no matter how good the other fellows are.
Fake on a pitch out. McCauley squirming through close to the first down as he goes inside the 44 to the 43-yard line. Mike Colon, now the weak linebacker, Nick Bunicani from the middle, are there for Miami. The officials will call a timeout, and we will have a measurement. It is a first down, Miami 43-yard line, fourth first down in the ball game for the Baltimore Colts. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Miami leads Baltimore by a score of 7-0. An 80-yard touchdown drive in 2 plays. The 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy, his 20th touchdown pass of the year to Paul Warfield. First down, Baltimore. Miami 43, Unitas gives to McCauley. McCauley looking for some running room inside as 3 yards to the 40 before Manny Fernandez and Nick Bunicani cover him for Miami. A gain of 3. It will be second down and 7 yards to go. And, George, the early momentum seems to be with the Dolphins.
Well, and all in that one play, I think. Greasy set the ballpark afire here when he hit Warfield just perfectly at 75-yard touchdown pass. Really the only threat we've had in the ball game, and that came from 75 yards out.
McCauley now has 12 yards and 4 carries for the Colts. Perkins comes in motion right side. Hinton split away left. The tight end goes over the middle. The pass left side. Incomplete through the hands of Eddie Hinton. And Curtis Johnson was covering him for Miami.
Hinton was right on the sideline. He was so intent on touching both feet in bounds, he looked down right as the ball got to him, looked down to see where his feet were, and as a result, why he didn't get a good grip on it. That's the first rule you tell any young boy or old boy learning how to catch a football. Look the ball into your hands. But Hinton was too busy worrying about the sideline and his feet that time.
Unitas now has completed 4 of 8 passes, 62 yards through the air. Matheson comes in on defense, extra linebacker, 3-man rush. Third down, 7. Unitas back to throw. 4 men on the pattern. Deep, incomplete. 21-yard line. Ray Perkins went up for the football. He had his left hand on it. After he made contact with the football, he was decked by Tim Foley. The ball fell to the turf, incomplete.
Not a very good pattern run by the Colts that time. McCauley and Perkins were right down there close together where they shouldn't be. You should never have 2 receivers that close to each other on the pass pattern.
Jim O'Brien with a 48-yard field goal attempt upcoming. He missed from the 47. Earl Morrill to hold. The snap, the ball is down, the boot is up. Mercury Morris takes it. It is short. He's at the 1-yard line. Mercury to the 5. He will return to the 9-yard line where Miami will take over. 8 yards on the return as the gun sounds. That is the end of the first quarter. The score is Miami 7, Baltimore nothing.
One score in the game, 7-0. Bob Greasy hitting Paul Warfield from 75 yards out. 75-yard touchdown pass from Greasy to Warfield. The Dolphins lead the Colts 7-0.
Miami has the ball. Let's call it the 10-yard line. Their own territory. Second quarter just underway. They're now moving from our left to our right across your radio dial. Miami ironically leading 7-0. Their deepest penetration, excluding the touchdown pass of 75 yards, was their own 38 as Jim Kick now crosses the line of scrimmage, the 10-yard line, and goes for 3 yards to the 13 as Ted Hendricks, the strong linebacker, was the first man there. Jim Kick, 6 carries for Miami, 22 yards. Greasy has completed 1 of 2 passes. That pass has been the key, the only score of the ball game. Now we're set to go. 2nd down and 7, Miami, their own 13-yard line. The backs are split. Kick on the far side, Zock on the near side. Bob Greasy's the quarterback. Greasy in the pocket to throw. Keeps both backs in for protection. Greasy's going to run. He's to the 20. Chased by Curtis. Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And Curtis, a forearm shiver on Bob Greasy as he was chasing him out of bounds. And a flag drop 15 yards will be tacked on. The ball will go to the 41-yard line. The personal foul for slugging call on Mike Curtis. Dallas defeated San Francisco earlier today 14-3 for the first slot in the Super Bowl 2 weeks away. The give is to Zonka. Straight shot left side from the 40 to the 44-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Ted Hendricks, the strong linebacker, was there for Baltimore. The second man there was Fred Miller, and Roy Hilton was the third. Larry Zonka against Kansas City had a total of 86 yards a week ago. He scored 1 touchdown, and this season has had 3 games of more than 100 yards. Today, Zonka, 9 yards in 4 carries against the stubborn Colt defense. 2nd and 6, Miami's ball, their own 44. Moving from left to right, Zonka's on the left wing. Greasy back to throw. 4 men on the pattern. Greasy fires right side. It is incomplete, 41-yard line. Howard Twilley went up for it. And Charlie Stukes, George, timed the pass perfectly. He met Howard at the same time the football did, and Twilley couldn't pull it down.
Very good defensive play by Stukes. Actually, Twilley might have caught the ball, probably should have caught the ball, but I think he could feel Stukes coming up behind him, and it's a difficult thing to concentrate on looking the ball into your hands, catching the ball when you know somebody is about to run into you right from the back.
A report on Bubba. He is okay. He just had the wind knocked out of him. So Bubba Smith will be back in the lineup. Mercury Morris comes in. Jim Kick comes out. 3rd down and 6. Miami 0 for 2 3rd down opportunities thus far. Their own 44-yard line. Greasy gives to Mercury Morris. Mercury will come up short of the 1st down on a 3rd and 6 as Ted Hendricks was there to stop him at the 47-yard line. Mike Curtis was also there. It will be 4th down, and the Dolphins will be punting. Larry Seipel will be kicking a 40.1-yard average, and Mike Colon is in to snap on the punt. Seipel in this ball game is a 43.5-yard average. Rick Volk at the 10-yard line of Baltimore to the right. Here's the snap. And the punt. Volk, fair catch, 18-yard line. 12 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Miami leads 7-0. Baltimore has the football, their own 18-yard line. Nottingham goes to the 25-yard line on individual effort, a gain of 7 yards. The blocking by Wrestler, Curry, and Williams up front, and Doug Swift, the strong linebacker for Miami, stopped him. And when Nottingham at 5'10", 210 pounds, stays low, George, The only way you can stop him is to jump on his back.
Particularly when you consider the size of some of these defensive linemen, their height. Most of them are about 6'6", so they have to really get down low to even reach him.
Nottingham, 3 carries, 10 yards. Mark it at the 26, second down, about 2.5. Here comes Nottingham, first down. He goes to the 35-yard line, and again, Doug Swift was there for Miami. Baltimore's ball, their own 35-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. George, neither ball club has been blessed with good offensive field position.
No, you might say that's caused by good defensive play. That's the object of the defensive team, to stop the other team, to keep them from getting within field goal range. Baltimore's been close enough to give O'Brien a couple of long shots, but not really good position for the field goal attempt.
Ray Perkins goes in motion right side. Unitas hands to McCauley, the second back through, and the rookie from North Carolina is brought down by Frank Cornish, who has just come into the ball game at defensive right tackle, and Nick Buonacani, the middle linebacker, was there for an assist. Mark the ball at the 43-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. It will be second down and 2. Bob Hines comes in on defense. Frank Cornish comes out. And McCauley now has 21 yards and 5 carries. 11 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Miami leads 7-0. A 75-yard touchdown pass from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield with 6:39 remaining in the first quarter. Unitas to McCauley. Close to the first down, Bill Stanfill and Manny Fernandez of the defensive front four stopped him at the 45-yard line. It is a first down, the 6th first down in the ball game for the Baltimore Colts. So they have now moved from their own 18-yard line just outside their own 45-yard line, first down and 10. And George, the key in this drive so far has been the first down plays. In their previous 2 first down opportunities, they picked up 8 yards each time.
I would expect John Unitas to open up a bit more here and start throwing some passes. He certainly hasn't thrown many thus far.
Nottingham stopped by Buonacani, and a gain of 2. It will be second down and 8. The ball at the 47-yard line. The first time in this drive, the Dolphins have stopped them on first down.
How many passes do we have for Unitas thus far?
Unitas has completed 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 9.
I didn't realize he'd thrown that many. 9. I thought he'd probably only thrown about 4 or 5.
Second down and 8. Baltimore, their own 47-yard line. 9:49 remaining, second quarter. Miami leads 7-0. Unitas takes, spins, fakes to the first man, fakes the reverse. Screen right side is complete as Unitas was dumped. Nottingham, 40-yard line of Miami, inside the 30-yard line. A fake inside, a fake flanker reverse, a screen on the right side, and Nick Buonacani finally stopped the play at the 28-yard line of Miami.
And John Unitas was decked just as he threw the ball by the defensive end, Jim Riley, of the Dolphins, but nevertheless managed to get it out there. It was set up very well. As you say, there were a couple of fakes preceding that screen, and they had the Dolphins pretty well out of position. Had the screen well set up out to the right side.
A gain of 25 yards on the play for Baltimore. They're on the move. 28-yard line of Miami, and the Colts trail 7-0. Slot right side. Ed Hinton, the slot back, comes in motion near side. Unitas 2 steps throws. Perkins has it complete and is out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Mike Tolan, the weak linebacker, was there for Miami, but a quick gain of 6 more yards. It will be second down and 4. 8 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Baltimore started this drive from their own 18-yard line, and it has now consumed some 7 plays.
Unitas doing what he does best, just picking the defense apart. No sequence to his calls. Running play to the right, running play up the middle, short pass. About the only thing, he doesn't throw many long passes. Most of his passes are the short ones.
Unitas now 6 of 11, 94 yards through the air for Baltimore. The give is to McCauley. Jumps to the outside, close to the first down, as the rookie from North Carolina ran into a pileup at the line of scrimmage, jumped to his right, and the strong safety, Dick Anderson, slipped up to meet him, but it will be close to the first down. Let's see where the officials spot the football. He needed 4. And he may have only 3 as Unitas takes the eye measurement. He says it's short. John Mackey is in a double tight end situation. McCauley slices over left guard. Ressler and Curry with the block. Bob Heinz with the tackle, along with Jake Scott. First down, Baltimore. The 8th first down in the ball game for the Colts. The ball at the Miami 17-yard line. Baltimore has possession, first down, 10 yards to go. We have 7 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the half. And Baltimore now moving from their own 18 to the Miami 17-yard line. Slot on the right side. Unitas the quarterback. His running backs are split. McCauley clogged up. Finds a hole to the 15-yard line. Flips the tackle to the 12-yard line. Jake Scott finally brought him down. And Don McCauley, the rookie from North Carolina who carried the ball only 58 times during the regular season, goes to the 12-yard line.
Nice bit of running by McCauley. Bill Stanfield, the defensive end of the Dolphins, had him trapped, and Stanfield's a good one. When he has you trapped, there aren't too many people who get away from that. McCauley broke away and did a nice bit of individual running, picking up about 6 yards.
McCauley now has 33 yards in 9 carries. It is second down, and 4 yards to go for the first down. Unitas takes Nottingham to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Bob Heinz, the defensive right tackle, was there. Bill Stanfield also in on the play. It will be third down and 4 yards to go for the first down. And the chant of defense goes up by the some 76,000 fans here. Third down, 4 yards to go for the first down at the Miami 12-yard line. Unitas on the draw. Nottingham to the 9, close to the first down. Doug Smith, the strong linebacker, was there. The Colts will come up about a yard shy of the first down. The officials want to check the measurement again. Fourth down, less than a yard. Matty comes in. Dennis Nelson comes in. John Mackey comes in. Perkins, Hinton, and McCauley all go out. The Colts will go for the first down. Cornish comes in on defense, a 5-man front. The 9-yard line, fourth down. Call it a yard to go for the first down. Double tight end, I formation. Nottingham and Matty, the running backs. Unitas, the quarterback. Matty comes in motion near side. Nottingham dives. It will be close. Nick Buoniconti, Matty Fernandez, Bob Heinz, Frank Cornish were all there.
From here, I'd say it's going to be very, very close. To see whether the Colts made it or not, they have to go down to about the 7.5-yard line, and it's very close to that. If I were to guess right now, I'd say no, they didn't quite make it.
That was the 13th play in the drive that started at the Baltimore 18-yard line, and the change will come on. Unitas is there to check for the Baltimore Colts. Nick Buoniconti is there to check for the Miami Dolphins. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Miami leads 7-0. The chains are on the field.
And my guess is they're about 9 inches short.
Down, stretch, the crowd says George is right. Jim Kick has picked up 2 yards to the 10-yard line. Miami has the ball, second down and 8, the ball at their own 10-yard line. Bob Greasy, the quarterback, he was being massaged on the back of his neck while the Dolphins were on defense after taking that shot from Curtis, and Larry Zonka goes to the 17-yard line. Mike Curtis makes the tackle. Fred Miller was also there. And defensively, Bubba Smith is back in action for Baltimore. Jim Mandich comes in. Howard Twilley comes out. The Dolphins will have two tight ends, Mar Fleming and Jim Mandich, in the ball game. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Zonka now 16 yards and 5 carries in the ball game. Miami is 0 for 3 in 3rd down opportunities. 3rd down and a yard to go. I formation. Bob Greasy, the quarterback. Warfield, the flanker, right side. Kick. This will be close. Jim kick.
He's short.
Into the middle of the line.
Don't think he made it.
Billy Newsom was the first man there for the Colt defense. And George right again as the kicking team comes aboard for Miami. Larry Seipel will be punting. Seipel in this ball game, a 40.7-yard punting average. Rick Vogt, the deep back on the return. He sets up at the 45-yard line of Baltimore. Mike Colon is in. He snaps on long punts. High snap, has it. Here's the boot. Sails a beauty. Vogt gives ground, 35-yard line of Baltimore. To the right side, returns to the 41. 6 yards on the return, a 46-yard kick, and Mike Colon, the center, and Lloyd Mumford were there for Miami. Baltimore from their own 41-yard line. Ray Perkins in motion right side. Unitas back to throw. Unitas is in trouble. Johnny will scramble. Fumble, a scramble for the football. Baltimore recovers. One signal says Miami recovers. One official signal that Miami recovered, the other signal that Baltimore recovered, and it is Baltimore. Riley and Fernandez were battling for it, and Bob Vogel, the offensive left tackle of Baltimore, came up with the football.
Unusual there with the two officials right on the play, one signaling that Baltimore had it, the other signaling the Colts had it. I think they were in agreement. The one official just inadvertently stuck up the wrong arm.
The ball back at the Baltimore 37-yard line, a loss of 4, 2nd and 14. 4 linebackers in for Miami. 3-man rush. Unitas back to throw. Lots of time. He throws deep right side. Hinton comes down with it. And he has the ball at the 43-yard line as he was hit by Mike Colon and Lloyd Mumford right along the sideline. But he came down with the ball at the 43-yard line of Miami, 1st down.
Nice pass by Unitas. He couldn't rifle that one into Hinton because there was a linebacker between Unitas and Hinton on the play. So he had to throw it high enough, had to put enough loft on it to get it over the linebacker, which makes it more difficult to complete because that gives the defensive secondary more time to recover and get back to the receiver.
Baltimore at the Miami 43-yard line. Unitas gives to McCauley. McCauley sweep right side. Inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Manny Fernandez cuts him down there along with Nick Buoniconti. It will be 2nd down and 6. This is the 4th time in the ball game that Baltimore has been inside the Miami 40-yard line. They missed 2 field goal attempts, and they were held at the 8-yard line as the Dolphins took over on down. Miami on offense, their furthest penetration, excluding the 75-yard touchdown pass, has been their own 47-yard line. 2nd down, 6, Baltimore. 39-yard line of Miami. Unitas back to throw. Dumps it off right side. In the right flat to McCauley. He catches it at the 33, dives to the 31. As the 1st down, Doug Swift was there, the strong linebacker for the Dolphins. 2 minutes now remaining in the 1st half, and the 2-minute warning will be given to both benches. Now Baltimore set to go to work, 1st down. Miami 31-yard line. Unitas, the quarterback, slot near side, gives to McCauley, dives over the right side. The line of scrimmage at 31. He comes down at the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 as Mike Colon and Jim Riley were there for Miami. Don McCauley, the rookie from North Carolina, replacing Tom Matty as a running back for Baltimore, has now carried the ball 11 times, and he has a total of 41 yards. Unitas fakes, rolls behind. Throws back to the left side, tight end, incomplete 10-yard line. Tom Mitchell, the intended receiver, he and Jake Scott were both going for the football. Scott really had a better opportunity, George, but neither could get there.
Scott had both hands on the ball, came very, very close to intercepting that. Had Mitchell well covered on that play. Scott wasn't the only one over there. There were a couple of Dolphins with him, but Scott was the closest to the ball when it came down.
It will be 3rd down and 7. This is the 7th third down situation that Baltimore has faced. They have converted only 2 of the previous 6. And we have 1 minute, 22 seconds remaining in the first half as Miami holds on to a 7-0 lead. 3rd down and 7. The flankers to the right side. Hitting this bit wide near side. Unitas holds both backs in, goes deep to the tight end, overthrows him at the 3-yard line. Anderson was there. It will be 4th down and 7, and the ball at the 28-yard line. Jim O'Brien coming in, or O'Morrow coming in, field goal attempt upcoming. O'Brien 0 for 2 in the ball game. He has missed from the 47. He has missed from the 48. This will be an attempt of 35 yards. Coming into the ball game during the regular season, O'Brien 20 of 29 field goal attempts. 0 for 2 this afternoon. Arms outstretched by Morrow. Ball is down. The boot is blocked. Floyd Mumford blocks it. Miami will take over again. Listen to this crowd. That it was Mumford who blocked Stenerud at Kansas City a week ago. Doug Swift came up with a football. Miami has possession at their own 32-yard line, 1st down. Mumford, number 26, 5'10", 180-pounders, the captain of the Miami specialty team. Miami on offense, Bob Greasy, the quarterback, a 55% completion average coming into the ball game, has completed only 1 pass, 3 attempts, 75 yards, the only score. Warfield split to the near side. Twilly is flanked outside of him. Zokin kicks the running back. Miami moving from left to right. 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining, 2nd quarter. Greasy rolling to the right side, wants to throw. Lots of time. Fires complete. 49-yard line. Twilly. Baltimore territory out of bounds.
1 minute to go here. They're down now to the Colts 48-yard line, 48 and a half. And the Dolphins, of course, would like nothing better to at least get close enough so that Euphemian would have a crack at a field goal. Going into the dressing room leading by 10 points instead of 7 would make quite a difference to the Miami Dolphins and to the Baltimore Colts.
19 yards on the play. 5th first down in the ballgame for Miami. Just inside the Baltimore 49-yard line. Kick the only remaining back. 2 flankers right side. Larry Zaka, Howard Twilly. Greasy rolling left. Goes deep over the middle to Zaka. Intercepted at the 10-yard line by Jerry Logan. Baltimore has the football as Jerry Logan, the strong safety, intercepted Bob Greasy at the Baltimore 10-yard line. The Colts take over now with 50 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ball was underthrown by Greasy that time. Nice play by Logan, but really a bad pass, an underthrown pass by Greasy. Of course, he wanted to make certain if he had an interception, it would come on a long one. The Colts now are backed up to their own 10-yard line. He didn't want to have a short one intercepted so that the Colts might be able to get back and have a crack at a field goal. It'd be very difficult for the Colts with just 40 seconds remaining, 35 seconds remaining to get in field goal position.
The clock is moving Baltimore from their own 10-yard line. Unitas takes spin. Nottingham. Into the middle of the line, Baltimore, George, I believe, as Manny Fernandez makes the tackle, will be content to let the clock run out, and we'll go into halftime trailing Miami by a score of 7-0. And Miami is not content. The Dolphins stop the clock now with 15 seconds remaining as Miami wants one more opportunity to have the football. Second down, 9 yards to go, a pickup of a yard on the last play. The ball on the hash mark far side of the field, 20 yards in. Baltimore with the wide side of the field to their left. They put the slot on the short side of the field or the far side, and the backs are split. Second down, 9 yards to go. United States gives to McCauley. He's to the line of scrimmage. That is it. Jim Riley was there for Miami, and the Dolphins will again stop the clock. They will have a timeout remaining. McCauley has 41 yards and 12 carries in the first half. Nottingham has 24 yards and 8 carries in the first half, and we have 8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And either the Dolphins were a little slow in calling the timeout, or they couldn't get the officials' attention because it just took about 3 seconds to run that play, but then another 4 seconds ran by before they could get the official to stop the clock. 8 seconds left. Dolphins still have one timeout, which they could use after the next play, but the next play, even if it's a running play into the line, is going to take 4 or 5 seconds. So presumably they could force the Colts to punt with just 1 or 2 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is the 8th time that Baltimore has faced a third down situation. It's third and now. 3rd and 9. They've converted only 2. McCauley sweep near side is hit first by Dick Anderson at the 15-yard line. Comes down at the 16 as time expires here in the first half. That is the end of the first half with the score, Miami 7, Baltimore nothing.